Hello, it's Patrick, and welcome to another Tesla trip. Sorry the camera's so close, but I've got this little Osmo mounted up, and I hope to get a really good live stream using Starlink in full HD. Here in Las Vegas. I'm down here for the Consumer Electronics Show, or CES, which I guess is no longer called Consumer Electronics Show. And we'll be testing out the full self-driving downtown. There's quite a bit of traffic. There's some construction. I'm going to be going over to B&C Camera on Sahara from the Best Buy over on Maryland Parkway. I've got it already all programmed in, and we should be ready to go. Let me know if you're watching how the audio sounds. I think I got a mic on me. Let me check real quick on here. Yeah, I think we're good. Cool. So let's give this a try and see how it goes. I'll put my laptop away so it doesn't go sliding around. Hopefully I can monitor the chat here. I can respond to it live in real time. So if you've got anything you want to ask me, go ahead and ask away. Looks like we got 3 people on the stream. So I put my foot on the brake. It's wanting to back out. Let's see what happens. In the full self-driving 13.2.2 on the Cybertruck, it can't do parking yet. So you have to be going forward to enable the full self-driving. So I still have to back out of the parking space and go into forward gear before I can enable the full self-driving. So as soon as I'm in gear here, I can go ahead and enable it. So what is it going to do here? Okay, I guess that's a choice. Again, I don't think this is really made for parking lots. So let me get out onto a road. That's supposed to be the next update for the Cybertruck. It kind of works-ish, but it doesn't have that like destination location information. If anybody's watching this can tell me how that works on the Model Ys and 3s that have the new AI4 hardware. Man. So I've been using this, I'm going to activate it again, all the way here. And a lot of times where I see traffic like this, it makes me just want to give up. And just let it take over. Whew. So I did have to nudge the accelerator there to get in ahead of the guy that was braked for me. So that's something I guess the AI would have to learn how to do. It might have done it if I gave it enough time, but I didn't want to keep that guy waiting. So now hands-free, not touching the accelerator or anything. just letting the Cybertruck do its thing. It's got its turn signal on, it's switching lanes, which that guy was wanting to get into a lane, so I don't know if that was ideal, but not super dangerous, just kind of not being a courteous driver. I see 4 people on the chat. I can kind of monitor that briefly when it's safe, when we're at intersections and things. So I did have to get it out onto the main road to activate it. But after that, no interventions so far. We're making a 12-minute journey to B&C camera. I thought this would be a fun test because there's a lot of weird road construction going on Maryland Parkway, where they have like the medians taken out, and there's a lot of like cones and a lot of lanes and just a lot of vehicles in general. Like if you can see the display here, there's tons of cars. There's also a lot of Teslas. Like everywhere I've parked so far today, there's been at least 3 or 4 other Teslas like in the immediate vicinity of the parking that I'm at. On my way into Las Vegas from Wyoming, I was following another Cybertruck, which is kind of crazy. So I don't see any lines. I wouldn't actually know which lane to get into here, but hopefully it's just going to follow the guy in front of me. So I remember when Autopilot very first came out, and I went to Las Vegas with Hardware 1, and these dots, the non-lines that are on the road here in Las Vegas, did not work. Like, it would not activate. It's like, no, we can't see those things until like the first update, which was crazy because the first beta that I had of it worked hands-free until it lost confidence and asked you to take over. And all the way back from Las Vegas to Salt Lake was like maybe 2 or 3 interventions. So we're just now getting back to that point, which is kind of funny. Although it did some really scary stuff when it did need you to take over on AP1. It did not see construction at all. And it would try and take exits off of the highway that didn't exist. I feel way more confident in the FSD in its current state. So I have this in hurry mode. The speed limit's 45, it's going 39. It's just kind of going with the flow of traffic. I've noticed with this build, it tends to hug the left pretty tight. And actually on the way down, I had to intervene a few times because it was just straight up like on the rumble strip on the left side of the road. So hopefully they'll fix that. It's snowing like crazy through half of my trip. So it may have just thrown off the calibration because the snow didn't have lines, you just had tracks where people were driving. And it worked actually really well. I was surprised at how well it actually worked in the snow. But once I got out of the snow, that's when it seemed to be hugging the lines. So maybe that just kind of threw off the way that it calibrated. I don't know. It's funny, I see these posted on X all the time, these live streams whenever a new firmware comes out. And it's interesting, but it's also like working so well now that I'm not sure it's necessary. Like if you're going literally at this point hours without interventions, it's not, there's nothing to watch.